Looks clear, far as I can tell. So, whenever you're ready. Let's have a look around, see what we can find.
Welcome to Cairo Station. Today's date is 24 April 2537.
Right. Well, at least the big holographic tree still works.
Indeed. It's possible the power grid is more stable in this area.
What is this?
Liv, up here.
What is it?
It appears to be an old Atlas transport.
And what do you suppose a ship from our time is doing here?
I brought it here.
Juno?
Hello, Captain Rhodes. Jack. I'm glad to see you're still safe.
Juno? Are you saying this is your ship?
That's a complicated question. The ship is my home, but it doesn't belong to me.
Then who does it belong to?
I'm afraid I'm not permitted to disclose that information.
Imagine my shock.
I am sorry, Captain Rhodes. I would tell you if I could, but my directives...
What about life support? Does the ship still have atmosphere?
The ship is currently suffering the same power disruptions as the station. However, if one were to cycle the ship's reactor...
Then we'd have life support.
In theory.
How do we get on board?
The docking platform is in the next sector, through the security checkpoint. I can show you the way.
Hold on. You're not allowed to tell us anything about the ship itself, but helping us get on board, that's no problem.
My primary directive is to keep you alive, and the best way to do that is to get you on board the ship. The door's sealed. I will need a moment to bypass the security constraints.
So, you're really not part of the station?
I am what's known as a transient program, capable of gaining limited access to a variety of different networks. But I consider the ship to be my true home. There we are.
Never thought I'd see an Atlas ship out the window again.
Do you think it's safe, following Juno to that ship? There's clearly a lot more she has yet to tell us.
Yeah, but not by choice. Somebody's pulling her strings. And I'll bet whoever it is, they're on that ship. Looks like we've got another door on the blink.
Let's get a closer look.
Can you see anything? What is that?
That is a tick. Two, actually. There's another one in here as well, feeding on the door.
I'm sorry, you say that like I'm supposed to know what it means? Ugh.
Ticks are an evolved form of the biomass.
How do you mean, evolved?
Accelerated evolutionary growth is an inherent physiological trait in all biomass forms. It's one of the main reasons the biomass is so resilient.
Why does it keep following me like that?
Ticks instinctually seek out the closest viable energy source, which in this case happens to be you.
Oh, lovely. Alright, so now what do we do?
The only way we can proceed is by removing those ticks.
Well, let's have a look around then. There's got to be some way to get rid of these things.
It seems likely this form of biothreat is closely related to the spore variant we are more familiar with.
It's amazing that despite all the odds, they somehow got uglier. It'd be easier to see without this thing trying to eat my face. See anything useful? Bugger off, you nasty little... We're missing something. Keep looking. God, these things are disgusting.
What about that disposal unit?
That might work. You'll just need to find a way to get them into the chute. It will be dangerous, but I don't see any other option. You'll need to clear the area before boarding the ship.
How the hell are we supposed to clear the room if we can't even get inside?
According to the station schematics, there should be another way to access the security checkpoint through the loading bay. It's just this way.
There isn't any way to get this door open.
So long as that ticket is powered, the door is inoperable.
It's awfully dark in there. Are you sure it's safe?
Not as sure as I'd like to be. I'll try to scan the area ahead for potential threats. Stand by.
I'm seeing a considerable biomass presence on the other side.
Shit.
Captain Rhodes,
We know, Juno. We saw it.
I'm afraid this means you'll have to stay behind.
What?
Jack and I will continue through the loading bay. Once we clear the docking terminal...
No, absolutely not.
I'm sorry, Captain, but I cannot allow you to proceed. The risk is far too great.
Well, if it's too risky for me, it's too risky for Jack.
It's all right, Liv. I was built for this.
You were built for this. I know, you've gotten used to thinking of yourself as... invincible. But you're not. Not anymore. If you go in there with only one shell and something happens, you could...
Actually, Captain, I think there may be a way for Jack to avoid that possibility.
Yeah, you can avoid it by not going.
As I was scanning the loading bay, I detected a working fabricator in the adjacent section. If Jack and I can get it powered on, we should be able to use it to scan his architecture into the station's database.
So... you're saying he'd be able to reboot again?
Exactly.
From what I can see, the biomass appears to be dormant. The risk is minimal.
And how long do you suppose that'll last?
I promise, Captain. I won't let Jack do anything that might put him in jeopardy.
Alright. Alright. If we're gonna do this, let's do it. Just watch yourself in there, okay? I'll be waiting back at the security entrance.
Understood. I'll see you on the other side.
Let's maybe mind our phrasing, yeah?
Oh, I didn't mean...
It's alright. I know what you meant. Good luck. Popcorn.
I'll unlock the door for you. Stand by. Ready when you are. Jack, up here. The emergency power switch is in this control room.
How do I get inside?
You'll need to go through the maintenance ducts. There should be an access way nearby.
You're sure all the biomass in this sector is dormant?
As sure as it can be. Of course, that will change once we get emergency power back online.
But by then he'll be able to reboot, right?
It will take a minute or two to get Jack scanned into the system, but that is more or less correct. There you are. This override switch will restore emergency power to the local grid.
Whoa, what was that?
Emergency power has been restored. The door to the loading bay is unlocked.
What about the fabricator?
Online and ready to scan. Jack, if you'll follow me. Just climb inside and we'll begin. This will only take a few moments.
New template created. Echo Unit Series 11. Initializing fixed tomographic scan. Mapping target composition. Replicating internal functionality. Linking neural matrix to network. Scan complete.
Did it work?
Scan output shows no errors. Neural connection is green. Yes, it worked.
You're sure?
From this point forward, if Jack's shell becomes damaged or destroyed, he will automatically reprint at the nearest working fabricator.
Well, Jack, how do you feel?
This should make removing those ticks much easier.
Well, I'd imagine there's a lot that gets easier when you're basically invulnerable.
Indeed. It's unfortunate that fabricators are incapable of replicating organic matter. Otherwise, Captain, we'd be able to scan you into the system as well.
Right. Well, the important thing is Jack's back to normal.
We're all done here. Jack, I've reopened the access hatch. Make your way back through the maintenance duct. I'll be waiting for you by the entrance to the loading bay.
On my way.
Be careful. Restoring emergency power has awakened the biomass, so unless you're planning to test your new reboot ability, I would avoid all contact.
Understood.
well done making it through unharmed. It's clear you've had extensive experience with the biomass.
More than enough, yes.
Now then, this corridor will take us through the loading bay and back around to the rear entrance of the security room. After you, Jack.
Liv, we are moving into the loading bay.
Copy that. Keep me posted on comms, alright?
Of course.
I'll continue to scan the station's database for any additional schematics or equipment that might be of use.
Sure, you do that. Good luck in there, Jack.
The way ahead is through this door. But if you try to open it now, the tick is sure to attack you. We should find a way to pacify it, before we even attempt opening the door.
What is this panel in the floor?
An electrical bypass. It allows you to direct emergency power to various systems in the area. You can use your cutter to gain access. You can lift the lever to reroute power. So the bypass powers the crane arm. That will certainly keep the tick occupied. Now we should be able to safely open the door. We're fortunate the store has an emergency release. Not all of them do. Now just pull the release handle and the door will unlatch. That's it. You should be able to slide the door open.
Is this crane mobile?
I believe so. You should be able to use the overhead handles to push it along the rail, or use the turning wheel to rotate the arm. I advise holding the rail to anchor yourself as you move the crane. Watch yourself. There are 2 more ticks at the end of the corridor. Another tick. Take care moving forward.
Another bypass.
It probably powers something in this room. You can use your cutter to open it, just like the last one. Doors powering up. Power rerouted. It appears the transformer on the far wall is now live.
The tick is still focused on the door.
So long as the tick has a power source to feed on, it won't bother searching for another.
What's in these containers?
Dietary provisions, most likely. Salt, coffee, various synthetic grains.
Whoa, wait. Back up. You found coffee?
I wouldn't advise drinking this coffee, Captain. I'm sure it's past its expiry date.
How far past?
Liv, the containers are infested with biomass.
They're in fact... Do you know? Maybe next time leave with that?
This crane arm is already online.
The slider is unlocked. You should be able to move the crane just like before.
That looks to be our best option for distracting those ticks.
If you can find a way to lure them out.
Door powered down. Got it.
Skillful work, Echo One.
tech can sense me through the glass. Door power restored.
This is concerning. I didn't realize the infestation was so prevalent in this area of the facility.
What exactly happened here?
There was a biomass outbreak.
I'll bet it's your attention to detail that sets you apart from all the other AIs.
There's not much more I can tell you without violating my directives.
Well, what about the crew? Are they really all gone?
All 118 souls aboard the station have either perished or were evacuated.
So then, what the hell are we doing here?
After your unexpected arrival aboard the Astray, I was directed to bring you somewhere safe.
Is safe?
Well, the habitat was safe at the time. Now the ship is our only option.
Brilliant.
This door is completely disconnected from the power grid. It will need an external power source.
Like a battery.
Precisely. Door powered up.
How much farther, Juno?
Nearly there. The security room is just on the other side of this depot.
I assume we'll find more tick swarms?
Technically, the correct term for a group of ticks is a murder.
Appropriate.
I suppose. I always found the term a little too on the nose. Shields at 95%.
Quite a sizable crane.
It also has greater freedom of movement, capable of sliding in 4 directions rather than just 2. The crane's power field might be enough to distract the ticks. If you look up, there is a second set of rails attached to the crane. Utilizing both rails should allow you to position the crane nearly anywhere in the room. Deftly handled, Jack.
Getting to be quite the tick expert, are we?
I imagine navigating a gauntlet of tick-infested corridors would make anyone an expert.
Actually, it would probably just kill them. Either way, well done.
Juno, you said earlier that you were directed to bring us here.
That's correct.
Or directed by who? I get it. You can't answer that.
Let's just focus on getting you to safety. I suspect much will be made clear once we have you secure aboard the ship. Battery locked in. Door online.
Jack! You made it.
Is everything all right?
Well, I still have a mindless tentacle monster trying with all its might to eat my fate. But he hasn't actually managed to do it yet, so all in all, I'd say things are going pretty well. Listen, why don't I keep this little bugger occupied while you deal with the one on the door? Juno, you can help him out there, right?
I believe so. If you could lure the ticks into this disposal unit, you may be able to eject them into space.
Disposal unit powered on. Now how do I eject the ticks?
First, you'll have to get the tick into the disposal. Then you'll have to use the manual ejection switch.
Way to go, Jack.
Just one more to go.
Is there some way to open these shutters?
The controls are inoperable.
I can't just force them open?
I suppose you could try, though the mechanism locking them in place is quite robust. It would require a considerable amount of force to break it. The creature does seem to be quite fond of the captain. Perhaps we can use that to our advantage. Oh, I must say, you made that look incredibly easy.
He does that.
Liv, go to the door.
Will do.
That's it. We're clear.
Confirmed. Room secure.
Nicely done. Now, Juno, if you would, please.
Jack, I need you to repower the door so I can open it.
Appreciate it. Are you alright?
Of course. These reconstructed shells are practically identical to my original design. I hardly notice a difference.
Hardly.
Well, there may be one or two servos that are off by a micrometer or so.
I'm sure you'll manage.
The important thing is we're finally clear of the biomass.
Captain Rhodes.
What is it?
More biomass.
Oh, Juno, you're kidding me right now with this. No, you're not kidding.
Not to worry, Captain. I already have a solution. While sorting through the station's database, I managed to locate a set of design specs for a protective EVA suit.
An EVA suit? With an air supply?
A limited air supply. We'll still want to get you to a stable environment as soon as possible. More importantly, the suit will provide limited protection against the biomass. I've already queued up the schematic. All you have to do is enter the fabricator, and we can begin.
Can't we just print the suit and I'll put it on out here?
The fabricator will perfectly form the suit to fit your body. It only takes a moment.
Okay.
Captain, you have to hold still.
Are you all right?
Yeah, okay. Do you know, you could have warned me this was going to feel so weird.
How would I know?
Well, what do you think? Bit of a step up, wouldn't you say?
I like it. A marked improvement over your old EVA suit.
My old EVA suit was being held together by duct tape. I'd certainly hope this was an improvement. Come on, let's go.
Give me a moment to open the door. The ship is just up ahead.
Oh, I almost forgot how nauseating this stuff looks up close.
No cause for alarm. Your suit's filtration system is designed specifically to handle airborne contaminants. You'll remain safe as long as direct contact is avoided.
I was more worried about my eyes, actually. You coming? Is the ship not connected to the station?
Given the risk of contamination, the ship remains severed from the facility. Only under the most extreme circumstances...
I'd say this qualifies.
Of course, Captain. Stand by while I extend the gangway. Once inside, I suggest making your way to the bridge. From there...
Yeah, I'm familiar. From the cockpit, I can use the #2 engineering panel to cipher the reactor and bring the ship online.
That's correct.
Juno, are you not coming with us?
All the power disruptions have rendered me unable to connect to the ship's mainframe. Once the power levels normalize, I should be able to join you on board. Good luck.
God, what are the odds?
What do you mean, Liv?
Oh, nothing. It's just... I grew up on a ship almost exactly like this one. It was part of the Solar Colonial Initiative.
How long do you suppose it's been in service?
No idea. We'll just have to find someone and ask.
Attention. Atmospheric pressure normal. Oxygen levels normal.
Well, that's promising. Hello? Anyone here? Nothing. I think it's just us, Jack. Well, let's have a look, shall we? This place... it's kind of nice, actually.
It's nice.
Well, it's a relic, to be sure, but... seeing something familiar, something from our time... it's the closest to home we've been in what feels like an eternity.
Here's a way to the bridge.
Damn. The bridge door's unpowered.
Is there another way?
Pioneer-class ships like this have only one hatchway to the bridge. So no. We'll need to get resourceful. Let's look around.
The crude nature of this repair is a bit troubling.
Oh, I don't know. Bit of character never killed anyone.
What about loss of atmosphere?
All right. Fair point. With the bridge door unpowered, we'll need to try our luck in engineering.
These cargo containers are designated for terraforming equipment.
Probably used to store spare parts for Atmo processors. Spent a lot of time around tech like this.
Because of your parents.
Yeah. Both Mum and Dad worked terraforming missions, carting us back and forth across the system. My brother liked to play hide and seek in the ship's cargo hold. At least that was until he got stuck inside one of the crates. Dad was livid. Not at him, at me, for not watching out for him. That was right before I was sent off to the academy.
Could this be a source of power?
I'm betting it's the reactor.
Given its size and location, it seems likely, but I'm entirely unfamiliar with this design.
As am I. I say we turn it on and find out. If it works, the ship should start generating its own power again.
Which would give us stable life support.
Exactly. What in the... I'll see if there's a way to turn it on directly. Do you want to give the room a once-over in case there's an external control?
There are a number of wires coming out of the device.
Can you see what they connect to? Might lead to something useful.
Some of the wires from the device appear to lead back to this control console.
Well, that sounds promising. Be right over. It's offline too. The wires lead into that booth. Do you mind seeing if there's anything useful on the other end? I'll see what I can do on the console.
Surprisingly, these components are still receiving power.
It's a good sign. The reserve batteries are still working. Could you check that booth out for me, Jack? The wiring seems to...
The wires feed into some sort of switch.
Okay, well, give it a try. It could be linked to the reactor. The console's not coming on. Jack, this console just came on. Did you do something? Ah, here we go. Unfortunately, not controls for the reactor. It's a console for a cargo lift. I'll try lowering it. See if it leads to something useful. Whoa, wait a minute.
Warning, biomass threat detected. Containment protocols engaged.
Jack, come look at this. These canisters are holding ticks in some sort of stasis.
There is a device on top.
Oh, right. It's emitting some sort of energy field.
Could the field be keeping them docile?
I think you're right. Look, they have no idea we're here.
No.
What the hell?
Do you copy?
Who was... Jack, you can hear that, right? I've not gone daft.
It would appear Juno is not alone after all.
Juno, respond. What's happening over there?
This is Captain Olivia Rhodes. Who are you?
Olivia Rhodes. What are you doing on my ship?
Your ship?
Yes, my ship. What are you doing out of habitat?
We lost power. Juno brought us here to try and get life support.
Never mind. Just stay where you are. I'll be there as soon as I finish rebooting the ship's power grid. Harlan, out.
Wait. Jax, if he reboots the power grid, what would that mean for these containment canisters? If they lose power, maybe we should find out from farther away. Nothing wrong with being a bit cautious.
Containment protocols engaged.
No, damn it. We're locked in.
We can remove the biomass by raising the lift.
Right. I've got the lift controls. Get me power again. I'll start the lift as soon as the console's active. Got it. Sending lift now. Come on, come on, come on!
Power cycle initiated.
No! We're not gonna make it!
Auxiliary power initializing.
Shit! 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 Jack! No!
Lift.
My God!
Reaction core controls initializing. Fuel conduit connected. Reaction core primed and ready for ignition.
Holy shit. Thanks, Jack. That was too close.
Of course, Lynn.